Ingrid. Die Erwartungen machen dir alles kaputt.
Nicht die Erwartungen, dass man das sagt.
Was?
Nicht die Erwartungen, dass man das sagt.
Nein. Was ist denn im Kopf?
Ich habe angefangen, es ging eigentlich.
Ja?
Die auch mit den Gläsersuchen zu stoppen.
Ja.
Dann habe ich angefangen zu untersuchen und plötzlich ist nur noch Gedanken. Ich komme gar nicht mehr dahin, irgendwas zu stoppen, weil die schneller da sind. Ich komme gar nicht mehr zu.
Ja, wer hat denn gesagt, dass du untersuchen sollst?
Das ist immer ein gutes Mittel, um mich einzuschlafen.
Und was untersuchst du? Was?
Körper.
Du bist nicht locker. Du versuchst, ja, sehe ich. Ja. Du versuchst irgendwas und darum geht es doch nicht. Es geht doch nur ums Beobachten. Was? Ja, schau mal, lass mal, entspann dich mal. Mal los. Und das ist doch ganz klar. Ne? Heute geht das, mit den Kilesas zurückzuhalten, und am nächsten Tag ist es schwierig. Und dann am übernächsten Tag geht es wieder. Ne? Wenn es schwierig ist, ne, dann ist das eine Sache, wo wir lernen können. Das, was du machen kannst, ist doch immer wieder den Geist zurückzuziehen. Mehr kannst du auch nicht tun. Aber du verzweifelst darüber und das bringt so eine Anspannung.
Nein, das verzweifelt nur, weil ich wieder so stark zurückgeworfen, da war ich vor.
Nein, das gibt keine. Das ist auch so unser Vorstellungsdenken von Erwartungshaltung, dass wir in gewissem Stadium sind. Wir sind nur dazu da, um zu beobachten. Wenn es schwierig ist, beobachten wir, dass es schwierig ist. Wenn es einfach ist, beobachten wir das einfach.
Wenn ich mich entspanne, dann schlafe ich. Dann schlafe ich den halben Tag. Ist wirklich so. Also da gibt es zwischen zwei, ist das nicht anstrengend und entspannend.
Ja, nein, anstrengen sollst du dich schon. Aber du sollst dich auf die richtige Art und Weise anstrengen. Also nicht loslassen. Ne? Aber auch nicht Druck ausüben. Ne? Nur die Kraft, nur die Energie dazu verwenden, um den Geist wieder zurückzubringen. Da. Und da. Da müssen wir die Kraft verwenden.
Ich meine, dass ich das tue. Also,
okay.
Also ich habe eher wirklich Schwierigkeiten dazwischen, mich einzuschlafen. Das macht mich gerade.
Ja, aber was kommt denn vor dem Einschlafen? Worüber haben wir die letzten Talks gegeben? Zu beobachten, nicht nur einfach zu folgen, sondern sich bewusst sein, welcher Gedanke kommt vor dem Einschlafen? Any Bailer? Any else left? So, tomorrow, Meng is going. He is already gone. In thought. Huh? And they're saying, Linda, where are you? So what is important, when we go back, Huh? Meditation is important, It's number one priority. So, when you get up in the morning, the first thing you do is meditate. 40 minutes or an hour. Linda. Huh? Before you do anything. Because if you first go, I need to go to the restroom, or I need to wash my face, then while you wash your face, because you don't have that sati, you think about, now I need to have breakfast, and then after breakfast, I need to go to work. Huh? And your meditation. So the first thing, when you wake up, the first thing you do is meditate and clear your head, yeah, of all the things, yeah? And then think about, after meditation, for a minute or 2 minutes, think about what is important today. Not what is important in things of the world, what is important, where do I need to keep my sati, yeah? Where are the situations where I really need to enforce my sati, yeah? And then go ahead with the day, yeah? When you come back from work, yeah, the first thing, when you enter your apartment or room, yeah, sit down and let everything go. Because if you start to do this or that, I mean, you will never find the time. It is just a recipe, yeah? Yeah, Linda? Yeah? And you know it, you know it from your own experience, yeah? If you don't do it like this, I mean, this thought comes in, that thought comes in, this I need to do, that I need to do. In the end, you're completely tired, and I mean, you forgot all about your meditation. Yeah? How is the English of Meban? You understand something? Meban. เข้าใจบ้างไหม ลูกเข้าใจเหรอ ภาษาอังกฤษเหรอ So, if you don't do it, you will forget it, yeah? And then when you start to forget it, yeah, then you do it a little bit, squeeze it in, but it's not working really, yeah? And then sooner or later you give it up. Yeah? Yeah? It's so much easier to go to the couch, sit and read a book, or listen to some music, yeah, or watch TV, yeah, then really to put yourself to work, yeah, clearing the mind. And that is so helpful, yeah? Especially in the evening when we come back from work, just to clear out everything. We don't want to know anything about it, yeah? And after that, you can make a short reflection. What happened today? Yeah? Well, what kind of situations, yeah? What was I thinking when I woke up, yeah? This first thought, yeah? Or the dream, that I still, half an hour, half a day later, I still try to remember, yeah? Leave it all out, yeah? Just see it, yeah? And just see, how the thoughts in the morning, color your day, yeah? They determine how you react towards the different situations, yeah? And only through this kind of reflection you will see, yeah, how it works, how the kilesas, put you in different moods, yeah, or color the experience that you have. Yeah? When you do the reflection, the most important thing is something you have to remember. Don't judge it. Don't think it was good or bad. Yeah? And don't think, I have to change it. Yeah? No, just look at it, yeah? Until the heart understands. Yeah? And if you didn't catch it clearly, then this is something to tell you, okay, this is a situation where I really need more sati. Yeah? And then in the morning, you reflect, is the situation coming? Yeah? Okay, now in this situation, I want to have more sati. Yeah? That's all what you want. Yeah? You don't want to solve any problems. Because, solving our problems with the head, never worked out so beautifully. Yeah? It always leads to more and more and more problems. Yeah? Let the heart see. And when the heart sees the problems, it can solve it. It has its own wisdom. We try always to solve the problems with our head. How am I going to react when I see this person? Or what am I going to say when somebody asks me this question? How do you know? Huh? But we prepare ourselves, yeah? So we program ourselves, and then, of course, we hear half the sentence and think, that's the situation, so I have to respond like that. And only after that we realize that he didn't ask exactly what we thought that he's going to ask. Yeah? So it is very important for the reflection just to look, yeah? Just let like a movie of the day run by, yeah? And see it. Yeah? If you can't remember it, just go, skip to the next. Don't think too much about it. Yeah? Think about what came next, yeah? Can't remember what came then, after that. Yeah? Until the next stage. And then sometimes you see 3 or 4 hours, there's no memory of what you did, yeah? And then the next day, so okay, let me get some break into this. Yeah? And when I'm working, when I go and drink something, let me have sati at these points. Yeah? Or when I go to the toilet, let me have sati at these points. Yeah? Just to make a break, yeah? And then you will see over time. It will take some time. Over time, it will get better, yeah? The sati during the day or the awareness during the day increases. Yeah? And once you are able to break down a long span of time that you have no recollection whatsoever, yeah? And that is amazing. Sometimes, you go, and then 5 hours later, you really don't know what happened, yeah? Because you were just on autopilot, just programmed, to do this or to do that. And that's where this reflection in the evening comes in really handy. Yeah? But we have to do it, yeah? And we tend to forget it. Yeah, Linda. Huh? And that's why we don't get, we don't get develop any wisdom. Yeah? This is the first stage of developing wisdom, this reflection. Yeah? And also this reflection is that what makes us human beings, yeah? In the difference of robots that we normally are. Yeah? We programmed, yeah? Have you noticed it? Yeah? If I see this, then I react like this. If I hear this, then I say this. When I meet this person, then I act like this. When I meet that person, I act like that. Yeah? That's nothing else than program conditioning. Yeah? And that's how we normally work. That's why we can be on autopilot. Yeah? Because the programs work by themselves. Yeah? And we don't notice it. Huh? The body still moves, yeah? But we are not with it. We are not with the moving. Yeah? Or we are not with our breath. Yeah? That's why when you look at the world, yeah, they run around like zombies. Even zombies are programmed, yeah? Not the zombies from the horror movies, yeah? Sophisticated. Yeah? Running after their greed, yeah? Running after what they want and, running away from what they dislike, yeah? These kind of zombies, yeah? But they are not human beings, yeah? A human being, yeah, is a person who can reflect, yeah? And where did we leave this kind of reflection? We buried it deep somewhere, yeah? And then we can't call ourselves human beings anymore because we don't reflect about our actions. Huh? So it is very important, yeah? This is the recipe for people who are still in the lay life, yeah? To get a little bit, get a little bit more happiness, more calmness, more peacefulness in their life, and are able to solve the problems that they have much, much more efficient. Yeah? We always try to solve the problems with our head, yeah? And we get, from one problem we get into the next, and then in the next, and then the next, yeah? Instead of looking at the situation with our heart and see, the options that we have, and then pick out the best option. Yeah? And we don't know if we think. We don't know these options when we start to think. You understand that? Constantly worrying about this, worrying about what other people think about us. Yeah? Let them think whatever they think. You can't change their thinking. Huh? It's even difficult to change your own thinking. How can you change somebody else's thinking? Yeah? You can't change other people. You can only change yourself. Yeah? And something that is really helpful, to remind yourself every day, whatever happens to me is the result of my own doing. Yeah, grin your teeth for the first year, you really have to bite your tongue, because, it is not, but whatever happens to you is the result of your own doing, If it's good, we are ready to accept it. Only if it's bad, we are not ready to accept it. We think somebody did something onto us, But when it's good, yes, it's my fortune, it's my luck, it's my right, But that's not the case, No matter if it is good, no matter if it is bad, it is all our own doing. It's a result of our own doing. But we can't remember it, Because it happened, a long, long time ago, or most of the time in the previous lives, That's why we can't remember it. But if we come across one of these things where we think that is really bad, or we start to think that this person did that onto me, then after meditation and after reflection, let's go into this problem and see, And then look in your heart, say, that's here, it's still here, Let's have a look at it, Of course, the kilesas won't give you, so easy the opportunity to see it, But remind it and say yes, Especially if you have a fight over something, Let the other person win. The Bavarians are what do you call? Maybe you call it a tribe. It's a tribe in Germany. It's in southern Bavaria, And they say, they're really calm. They're mostly calm people, or used to be very calm people. And say, if somebody started to argue, they say, okay, you're right, and I have my peace. I don't want to argue with you, You're right, okay, whatever you say, you're right, but I have my peace, Because arguing means, you're defending something, And defending something, what are you defending? You're defending your own views, your own opinions, and you think that your views and opinions are right, or more righteous than the other person. But they're still just views and opinions, And in the times of your life, you have changed your views and opinions so many times. So, if somebody wants to argue, let him argue, And tell him you're right, Leave me my peace. It's futile work, and it brings up a lot of anger the moment we start to argue, Especially when we argue with our wife or partner, He's very hard-headed. Yes, let him go. Let him run, You understand the saying?
Yes.
You have to let go of these opinions, Sometimes, it's good to listen to others, Take it in, what others have to say, especially if they are our close friends, or within the family. Sometimes they might be right. Sometimes they have a point. And sometimes we just can't give in. Just following these little recipes, makes our life so comfortable. Makes it so happy. We can live really a happy life, even within the world, even within all these outside demands that we think they are, but actually they are our inside demands. Whatever we see in the world, is a reflection of our inner self, true inner self. That's also something that we always should remember. Whenever we look at a person, we see ourselves in that person. So sometimes we see something we like, we see this, yeah? But most of the time we see something that we dislike, and where is it, I mean, this is nothing else than a slide projector. Yeah? It projects onto other people, their own chitta. Yeah? And actually, if you're clever enough, I mean, you can see this projection, yeah, and then from this projection onto the other person, you can go back and reflect back to yourself. And there you can solve this. Yeah? If you get angry about somebody behaving like this or like that, it is within you. Because you do the same thing. Yeah? Maybe not into this amount, but you still have it in you. Otherwise you wouldn't be bothered by it. Yeah? As long as you're bothered by it, it is something that is within your heart. Yeah? And that is something also we constantly have to remind ourselves. Yeah? Also, the monks have to remind themselves. Yeah? Because this person, yeah, this monk doesn't behave, like we think he should behave. Yeah? Then he should look at his own behavior. Yeah? Lungta Mahabo always said, look at yourself, don't observe others. Yeah? That's where all the problems start, here in our own heart. Yeah? And if you remember, that whatever you see is a projection of your chitta, yeah? I mean, next time when you have a slide projector, look, I mean, if you put a slide and there's a person, in front of the projector, I mean, what do you see? What kind of characteristics of this person can you see? You see only the colors, that you project out from your chitta, yeah? Once the slide is completely white, that means your heart is completely empty, then, of course, then you can see that the other person very sharp and very clear. But before that, yeah, you can use the other person, whatever you see in the other person, here to go back to your own self. Yeah? And then remedy there. Yeah? And once you remedy there, all what you have, what annoyed you, years ago, I mean, you will have metta because you know what this person is going through. Then you have overcome it. Yeah? But as long as anger still comes up, yeah, it's still in there. Yeah? That's why, yeah, you see in other persons, and you dislike it, what you try to avoid within your own heart. Yeah? What you have within your own heart. Yeah, I know it is difficult. It is very difficult. Yeah? Because the kilesas don't want to admit it. No, I'm not like this. Yes, you are. No, I'm not like this. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. No, I'm not really like this. Yeah? And then after 3 or 4 hours, of this constant fight, say, but not as strong. And then you got it. Yeah? Yes, see? Okay, there's something within you. Yeah? But they won't give easy, and they don't make easy way. Just they constantly argue. No, I'm not like this. No, I'm not like this. Yeah? Yes, but I do have right. Yes, I'm right. Yes, I'm right. No, you're not right. Yes, I'm right. Yes, I'm right. It's a battle, yeah? I'm in the first battle, it is very difficult, it might take 3 weeks, to fight that one battle, yeah. But once you fought it, and you're victorious, yeah. I mean, the next battle becomes much shorter, yeah. And in the end, you see it bloops and it goes. Through practice, through constant practice. Okay, so there's nothing, I just want to remind the people, going back, make it important, yeah? Make meditation or cleansing your heart more important than anything else, yeah? We want to be happy, yeah? That is one way to happiness, yeah? Not constantly buying, the world thinks, buying this or buying that, or going on holiday here and going on holiday there, that is happiness. Huh? Or going to eat buffet. That's happiness. Huh? No. I mean, if you go on holiday to the United States, all what you see is trees, yeah? Plants, houses, people. When you go to Singapore, you also see people, houses, and plants, yeah? No? When you go to Egypt, also houses, people, and plants, yeah? No matter where you go, yeah? So, I mean, what is the difference between these kind of people or that kind of people? They are people, yeah? They are animals, yeah? Different kind of animals sometimes, yeah? When we go to the northern country, there are different kinds of animals and different kinds of plants and different kinds of trees, yeah? I mean, wherever you go, yeah? I mean, you take your chitta with you, yeah? And that chitta is coloring all these things, yeah? But why do we love to go someplace else is because when we go somewhere else, we have to have more sati. Because we don't know our way around. So we have to be much more careful than we just go into our house where we don't have careful, where we know everything, where everything is, yeah? And what kind of neighbors we have, yeah? But when we go, go into a strange place, I mean, we have to be very careful. Some of the monks use that, I mean, whenever they felt comfortable, in the kilesas, felt comfortable, they went to another place where they didn't know it, yeah? And that, that spurred their sati, yeah? Other people, it depends on the characteristic of a person, Other people just can stay for months, for years, in the same place, yeah? They don't have that kind of problem, yeah? They don't need to move. Yeah? Other people constantly need to move. Yeah? So take a holiday inside, not outside. Yeah? And you have enough time. Yeah? Even the doctors, they work only for 40 hours. Yeah? So, I mean, a week. Yeah? They still have lots of time, to do these things. Yeah? If you find it interesting, if you find it important, yeah? But when you reflect about death, I mean, what can you take with you? Yeah? All the things that you gathered through your life, you can't take with you. Yeah? All the material things. Yeah? I mean, you don't get your diploma, you can't take your diploma with you. Yeah? You can't take your master degree with you. Yeah? You can't take, your doctorate degree with you. Yeah? Next life you have to do the same thing. You have to go through university again to get a doctorate. Yeah? But first of all, you have to learn to walk again. Huh? No? Look at the little children when they come out of the womb. What can they do? Nothing. Huh? They just lie on their back. And then watch them what they are doing. Then they first start, to moving their hands and then their feet, They learn how to, they program this body. Yeah? And this programming of the body takes 15 years. Remember that, yeah? When you think about your next life, yeah? Most people, when they think about their next life, they think about the age of 20. We are not born at the age of 20, we are born at the age of 0. Huh? Where we have to start, we have to start to learn to program this body, yeah? Learning to walk, learning to talk, and then learning to think. Going to school, yeah. I mean, it was such fun, all this time, yeah. We couldn't wait to get old enough, yeah. We couldn't wait to get 16 or 18, yeah. Whatever, but for us it was 18, yeah. In the West, I don't know, in Asia maybe it's 21. We couldn't wait, when we were 11 years old, we couldn't wait. Why? And the time passed so slowly. Yeah? And now when we are 50, the time passes so fast, we can't even catch up with it. So when think about it, what you want to do with your life. What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here? Why are you born in this body? And why are you born in this location? Yeah, I mean these are good thoughts. Food for thought. Yeah, Nice reflections, yeah? And when I die, what do I want to take with me? Yeah? Okay? So, do you have any question?
Again, like when I'm here, so the first few days work, there's a lot of attachments.
Yeah.
So then one day, because so much attachment, then the mind asks the question, what is attachment?
Yeah.
And straight away, the thing just fall apart. And then I can see every time when there's the same people or the same team, the same thought arises, there's this feeling accompanied by it.
Yeah.
So every time I see that, it will not go into more
proliferation.
Yeah, but then when I reflect again, when the mind was asking what is attachment, it was very pure. It didn't ask because it wants to get rid of attachment. So in our normal day, because sometimes if we are not careful, we are asking questions, reflecting, in order to get rid of the things that we dislike, maybe emotion or feelings. But then if that is the intention is not right, I cannot get that kind of results out of it. So I just want to know and this question come out just like that.
Yeah.
How can I cultivate this more? And it has to be really up to understand, not to get rid of the situation.
How to cultivate more? It's by training. The more you train, the more you cultivate it. Yeah. I mean, you see that the problem with us, as human beings, we see something is working for one time, and then we want to have it to happen the next time as well. Yeah. It's just like the kid. When you see a kid walking, the first time he can walk, yeah. Then it wants to walk again, but then next time it falls over, yeah? And then it tries again until it can steadily walk, yeah? So it is just patience. We need a lot of patience, yeah? And your reflection in the evening will help with that, yeah? And said, okay, ask yourself, what am I attached, and what is the feeling? And that what you saw is correct. With every thought, there is a feeling attached to that thought. Yeah? With every memory, there is a feeling attached to this memory. Yeah? And that's why we go round in circles. Then we think about it something similar, and there's a similar feeling, and they add up. They all add up. Yeah? Until the heart explodes. Yeah? Either in anger, and that happens so fast that we hardly can catch it. Yeah? We have 3,000 mind moments in one blink of an eye. That's a fast computer, yeah? Somebody can't hold it in anymore. Huh? I don't believe it. Huh? Don't worry. Don't bother. Huh? So it is training, yeah? And sometimes you have to change the kind of questions that you ask, yeah? Because the kilesas are not stupid, they find good answers that you fall for, yeah? Huh? Remember, what was it? Was it two days ago when I said, we can't really trust any answer that comes from the kilesas, yeah? We have to question whatever answer, whatever fact they present. They present all these facts, yeah? And then we have to question, yeah? Oh, what do you mean with that? Yeah? What is that about? Yeah? What kind of value does it have? You have to be clever, yeah? I just put out a few of these questions that you can ask, yeah? In the time, the more often you do it, you become more clever, yeah? So you have to counteract the cleverness, because, that's how the kilesas work. They present us fact, yeah? I'm tired. It's a fact. So I have to go to sleep. And they say, no, I don't believe it, I'm not tired. Huh? Yeah. It does work. Of course, it works only for a moment and then you get tired again. Yeah. But then, as I said, there are a few tricks up the sleeve that we have. Yeah. Think about something that makes you angry and suddenly all this tiredness is gone. Yeah? But the moment you start to get angry, then you take this energy and go back with the Buddha. Yeah? Or with the breath. Yeah? We only, sometimes the energy is hidden. The kilesas hide it and they say, I'm tired, I need to go to sleep because I don't want to practice anymore. Yeah? Then we pull up this enemy, yeah? This anger, think about something that annoys us, and then the moment you feel the energy coming back, you're not tired. And then you take this energy and practice. It's tricky. You shouldn't, you have to be able to control yourself. The moment you see this energy is coming back, then divert the direction of the energy instead of onto that person, into your meditation object. Yeah? And then you have to do it again. Yeah. After a while, it becomes tired again. I said, you're just stupid. Yeah. If I now talk with a good friend, I can talk for hours. Yeah. Now when I sit, for 20 minutes, I'm so tired. Yeah. And then you can try it out, see how they fool you. Then just call a friend, and then you see talking, 2 hours, 3 hours gone. Yeah. And you're not tired. Huh? Or you can watch an interesting movie, and you're not tired. Yeah? You can watch up till 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, But when you sit in meditation, 10 o'clock, I'm so tired, I can't concentrate anymore. It's a trick of the kilesas, yeah? Huh? And they're very clever, yeah? And that's why I said, the moment they present you any kind of fact, yeah? I'm hungry, I'm in pain, then you have to investigate that, yeah? When they say, I'm tired, you have to, what is tiredness, yeah? Or when they say, I'm bored, what is boredom, yeah? Investigate this fact, yeah? Or counteract that fact. I'm sitting too long, I'm breaking my leg. Yeah? As a doctor, you can't break your leg by sitting too long. Huh? And as a normal person, we know, when we sit in front of a TV, we can sit for hours without pain. Yeah? But why is there pain, when we start to sit in meditation, huh? What kind of pain is that? Huh? The moment we get up from meditation, the pain is gone. What kind of pain is that? Huh? It's not really physical pain. Yeah? It cannot be. It's a magic pain. Yeah? And the kilesas are magicians. Yeah? They always fool us. They always trick us. Yeah? And we are so stupid to still believe them. Huh? Yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I'm angry. Yeah? Yes, I need this. Yes, I need that. Yeah? We only say yes, 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 constantly to our Lord, yeah?
Yeah. If I have no expectations, I would not meditate.
No, it's not expectations. If you don't have a goal, you wouldn't meditate.
If I don't have
a goal,
I would not
meditate.
Yes.
Ja, and if you don't have will, ja? Du brauchst einen Willen und du brauchst ein Ziel. Aber nicht expectations. Expectation is coloring, yeah? Expectations, if I go, if, for instance, my expectations, if I go, today we went to some place, I expect a lot of good food, yeah? But then actually I come there, and the food was really very, very basic. Huh? That is expectations, and then I don't meet my expectations, then I'm disappointed.
So what have I to tell myself? I have to tell myself there's a goal.
Yeah. No, sometimes, the goal is it can be just in front of it. I just want to be with the Buddha all the time. And I want to know every nuance of this Buddha, or every nuance of the breath. That's all. I don't have any expectation that the breath becomes subtle or that I drop into deep samadhi. That's expectation.
But there's another expectation. This is the expectation of being able to practice for hours.
Yeah.
I'm not. Actually,
Yeah, but that is expectation.
Yes. But what do I do? I'm practicing, not practicing.
Okay. So, I mean, you sit for an hour, yeah? Next week you sit for 1.5 hours. I mean, you slowly increase it.
The time in between, because there are 24 hours.
Yeah. Then, I mean, you don't let the mind, from the moment, when we are here in the monastery, from the moment we wake up, we are constantly with our Buddha or with the breath or meditation object, yeah? If there are, we don't have to do anything that requires thinking. So we can always be with the Buddha. When we sweep, Buddha. Yeah? But we don't do that. Huh? Even when, after the meal, when we wash our plates, we are gone. Yeah? That's what you have to do, and that continues. And then, then the peacefulness and calmness comes. Yeah? When there is no time of meditation or not meditation. There is formal practice, yes. And the formal practice is there to really get us deep. Yeah? But the other time when we don't have formal practice, we should stay with our Buddha or with our meditation object. Or you can do some reflection on the body or reflection of what happened. Yeah?
I really find it difficult to find the balance between the physical needs or the needs of rest and the expectations of having a huge time of practice. There is this.
Yeah, but of course, I mean, if you come now from your place, where you constantly work, yeah, then of course, you need to get slowly in, yeah. So think about yourself, the first day you come in 10 hours of practice, and the second week 12 hours of formal practice, yeah. But also, try, in the time in between, yeah? to cut down on thoughts outside, yeah. What is our new work like? You will see it tomorrow when you go there. Yeah? You don't know. Yeah? But we try to think it out. Yeah? And that's where we get into a lot of problems. Yeah? Just say, just say, for this hour I practice. Yeah? And when I'm finished with my formal meditation, I still, then I might need to go to the toilet or might need to drink something, but I will be with the Buddha or will be with the breath. And that you will see that if you do that, it will be so difficult. Because the kilesas ask for the time, let me think about this, let me think about that, let me, read this or read that, or I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. Yeah?
It is more like when I'm taking this rest, then come kilesas and they tell me, oh, I don't want anymore. When I want to get up and move, just sit down, I can't move anymore. And this is really a challenge of time between us two, just to move, just to get up and change, make walking meditation or
so the kilesas don't want to move up?
No, and if I move up, they don't want to sit down.
There's something else. There's something else. I assume that you get into a habit, of half drowsiness, and they don't like to change that posture, because if they change the posture, that means, you have to have more sati. Yeah.
This is also sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. The clues are always, the kilesas are really, in a way, they're very clever, but in another way, they're very stupid, because they actually tell us, before they do something, what their intention is. Yeah? And they come, for instance, when you want to get up, or when you want to change posture because you see pain, so the kilesas say, there's pain, And then 5 minutes later, they come, this pain is uncomfortable, And then 3 minutes later they come, it's too much, And then 2 minutes later they come, I think I should get up. So if you follow the thought, if you see, how the kilesas work, you can actually cut it down the first time and just throw them out, They actually tell you what is happening. But because our span of sati, our attention span is not big enough, we don't catch it. So we are always surprised, why I'm suddenly getting up or why I don't want to move, they plan it, they plan it a long time ahead. Also for being tired. They plan it, it takes them 5, 10, 15 minutes, to get us to sleep. So if you catch them within these 5 or 10 minutes, you're awake. You said no. They come, they come and say, okay, now the chitta is calm, now I'm ready to sleep, And you don't catch that thought, And then they slowly move towards sleep, When you catch that thought and say, no, then you're suddenly fully awake. It's catching these thieves, but the good thing is, they tell us everything. And that's how we can catch it. That's why I said, we need to do this reflection, not only in the evening, but we need to, what happened just before I got tired? And then, recollect, just the thought before, the memory before, or the feeling before, and then before that, until you come to that little stone, that caused the avalanche. And we don't like to do all these kinds, you see it, in the evening reflection, you don't like reflection. When you want to get down to the point, they don't like it, because they don't want you to see how they perform their magic. The whole trick for us is, the more sati we have, the more we catch. And the more we can counteract instantly. Then there's no harm done, But if you just get the results of it, I'm tired, that's the result of a long work of the kilesas, to convince us that we are tired,
But then sometimes you see it, but there's not enough power to.
Yes, well then you have to raise that power, you can't expect to win against a tyrant that has been on the throne for billions of years or billions of lives, You can't expect it to win the first time. You see that that you gave in and said, okay, next time I try it again, This is something that you have to do, if there's too much pain, you say, okay, raise white flag, okay, I give in. But next time I will just stay 2 minutes or 3 minutes longer. And then you do it. You have to do it. And that is slowly undermining the power of avijja, of the kilesas. Slowly, just grinding, just like every drop, every drop, on a stone, makes a hole. The drop, the water is very soft, But if it drops, constantly drops, it makes a hole. The kilesas seem so rigid, so powerful. But actually we do have this weapon that undermines the power. And that weapon is sati and panya. And through reflection and through recollection, what happened? What actually happened? The moment you're surprised, I'm tired, what actually happened? And then you want to know. But this wanting to know is that important thing. The wanting to know what actually happened, is the thing that can undermine the power of the kilesas. Okay? Patience, we are so impatient, I mean, we started, we started until the age of 26, and then think, everything is falling into our lap. Nah? No. This kind of work is hard work, yeah? It's undermining the power of the kilesas. It's undermining the authority. Yeah? Think undermining the authority of Singapore or Brunei, or Thailand, one life is not enough. Huh? So undermining the authority that has you under their spell, for billions of lives, it's not an easy task. Yeah? But you can't say, they are too powerful, I just give in. Yeah? That makes it even worse, in the next life. Yeah? Just happily grind, just like you have a piece of iron and you have a file and you file it down, and sooner or later, it will be gone, yeah? And then you think, why is it not smaller, yeah? That's not the question you should ask, yeah? Am I filing or am I not filing? Am I with the Buddha or am I not with the Buddha, yeah? That's the question you should ask yourself, yeah? Am I with the breath, or am I with the object of investigation? That's the only question, yeah? Okay, more? Anyone more? More questions? The monks are fast asleep, some of them.
Just one question.
Yeah?
So it's not a good idea to start investigating now for me?
If you don't have that calm, where you can stay, on one object, where you're actually really clear, for 5 or 10 minutes, then it's not a good idea, yeah, to investigate the body, but you can reflect about your life. Yeah? Then try to think back, last year, and go back, This is something, that is much easier to do than investigating the body, because there you need actually, when you concentrate, on the body, yeah, on the part of the body, like the hair of the body, you have first to visualize it. And the visualizing is pretty much similar as Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. You say hair, 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 until, the image starts to come up, yeah? In the beginning, there might be images, that you have seen on pictures. That is fine, yeah. So, but you have to try until you really see your own hair, or you see your own lung, or your own chest, or your bones, whatever you want to see, or the skin. And once you see the skin, then you can cut it up, yeah, and look, yeah.
Yesterday when I was meditating, normally when I meditate, sometimes I will feel this like which you said, just ignore. But yesterday it was a very strange feeling. Normally it was just a bright light or whatever color. But yesterday I could feel a light around from here shooting up. Yeah. And the whole thing just went white. Yeah. Good. It was a funny feeling. And then after that, just bright light, and I could feel this. Yeah. And then it turned, after a few minutes, it turned purple. Then I don't know what happened after that. I just went back to my window. And then another strange thing happened was I could feel or see. I was actually on top of the cloud. It was like blue, white cloud surrounding my very strange. Yeah.
It might have been an out-of-body experience. Don't let the chitta go out. When you see, something shooting up, just pull it down.
Last time I tried to pull, I don't know how.
This is something you have to learn, yeah? Just, when you see that white light, try to take this white light, concentrate then on your heart, By concentrating on the light, and connecting with the heart, to bring it down. That it won't be easy because, you are more interested in where the white light is going than, to bring it back into the heart where it's coming from. That's where it's coming from.
No, it was just like this time it was like a...
Yeah, of course it shoots out very quickly because the chitta wants to go, And then it goes, it can go any place. Yeah? You were on nice clouds, that's okay, some people go into hell, and... Yeah? That is very interesting, yeah.
And suddenly I saw my Buddha like surrounded by clouds.
Yeah, and that it is one of the main problems of meditation, yeah. I mean, we work very hard, we are with the Buddha, we are with the breath, and then this feeling of peacefulness comes, or calmness comes. And then instead of concentrating on the Buddha that brought, as a result of the Buddha, brought this peacefulness, we go to this peacefulness and then it disappears. Oh. No, we stay with the Buddha, because as a result of the Buddha, this peacefulness comes, yeah? But we constantly, actually with one eye we are looking for this feeling that we used to have, yeah? So, we are not really doing our work, because with one eye we're looking for the results that we had in the past, yeah? That's not going to happen, yeah? No, concentrate, just like I said, dig your hole and the hole will come, yeah? No, yeah? And if you dig it, if it is already peaceful because you're deep in, dig further, until, nothing is there anymore. Yeah? But now we go, oh, this is a wonderful hole, yeah. And then we stop digging. Huh? Okay?
Can I make it short by breath observation? Because I'm thinking that perhaps I'm not doing it right.
Just here where you feel it.
It was, I was here.
No. Just here where you feel it. And then stick to this point.
Yes, but I can stick to this point.
Yeah.
And then very hard concentrate, so much concentrate.
Yeah, that you get headache.
Huh?
That you get a headache.
Yes, I get a headache. And
concentration is not forcing concentration, it's just, fixing your attention onto one object.
Always when I'm doing breath observation, there's still a little thinking here in my back that says you are not doing it right.
Forget this. Yes, who are you to tell me?
Oh.
These are the kilesas who constantly try to divert our attention. No, you should do it like this. No, you should do it like that. Now you don't sit right, sit. And it's torture. Yeah? Just tell them, go to hell, Yeah? I just stay with my Buddha, no matter what.
Mich dann gelegentlich mal, also ich betrachte auch hauptsächlich bei der Sitzmeditation meinen Atem.
Ja.
Manchmal kommt dann so dieses Buddha dann hoch und dann denke ich mir, okay, dann lasse ich das mal mit dem Atem und nehme heute einfach an das Buddha.
Ja, aber versuch's nicht in einer Sitzung nicht zu ändern. Ne? Dann kannst du es in der nächsten Sitzung nehmen. Ne? Weil sonst wechselst du immer ab. Ne? Aber das ist nicht so schlimm, als wenn der Geist da rausgeht. Ne? Wenn das Buddha kommt, dann ja? Aber versuch mal eine Sitzung beim Buddha oder beim Atem zu bleiben oder bei der Kombination von Buddha mit Breathing in und Do with Breathing out. Ja? Okay, so it's enough for today. Yeah?